second operations on CNCs. You'll mount these manual collet fixtures on the bed or table of a CNC machine, and for locating parts, quick location of parts, they're very productive, very efficient. You'll see one at a 90 degree for drilling holes to the side or milling slots or whatever the case may be. And you'll see a vertical over here. And then on B over here, you'll see a programmable CNC rotary axis, or what we call a fourth axis on the CNC. You guys will get an opportunity to play with the fourth axis and maybe even do a little fourth axis programming on the CNCs. Click. This machining center has a palletized setup that uses 6 different pallets. Precise machining down on Pine, they take this to a new level. You'll see that there's 6 different pallets staged inside that machine. We've got companies out there in Tulsa that have a pallet rail system. And I'm talking about 50 different pallets lined up against a wall that can be brought into position and brought into production from the control of the machine. Makino makes a really nice rail-type palletized system.
So the operator's pretty much spending more time loading and unloading.
Loading and unloading parts. Guys, I'm making money when you're making chips. The time in between chip making is overhead. The more I can do to shorten that time that is not making chips, the more money I'm going to make. And absolutely, does this cost money up front? You betcha. Is it money well spent in the long term? Absolutely. Guys, it helps productivity, efficiencies, it helps schedules. It keeps our clients off our backs. Much easier to run onesie-twosie off jobs when they're already set up and all you've got to do is call in a pallet, call in a program. You've already got your tools standardized in your tool carousel. Guys, I can have a setup made on a machine or a cell like this in a matter of 5 minutes and be going for first part off inspection.
So does that pallet hold a tombstone? Is that what I'm seeing?
These pallets have tombstones. It's a horizontal machining center. Horizontal machining center with the palletized cell mounted in front of it. Guys, think about this. Each pallet has 4 vices. Each vice has 2 work holding stations. Anybody want to do math? 6 times 4 is 24, double it, 48 different jobs in that cell alone. So that machine can be set up to run 48 what we call bread and butter jobs. And all I've got to do to make a change is call up a program, which in the program it identifies the pallet and the tooling and the offsets and everything that's going to be used. Can be up and running in minutes. High production, high efficiency type cell.
So it's not just going to sit there until one of those 48 come along?
No, absolutely not. The only reason I would purchase a machine like this is if I was in a shop where I had a lot of repeat orders. Like Kenny was talking Friday, I'll run 50 of these parts a month, every month, and have for years. I'm going to put one of those on one of those pallets. And I'm going to, anytime I need those parts, I'm just going to call that up. If I've got 48 of those parts in my shop, guys, fella can make a good living with just one of these machines, couldn't he? Just one of these machines. This is actually the type of machine that I spec'd out for Unardo when we went to IMTS a couple of years ago, and I helped them spec out and purchase a new machine. This is what they were after.
How much would a machine like that cost?
On the Haas, that's a 400 millimeter machine, 6 pallet without the pallet system on the front, just pallet capable. I think that's in the neighborhood of 260, 280. Add the palletized system on, that kicks you up another probably 80 to 120 depending on how many. You can get them in 2 pallet, 4 pallet, 6 pallet, and rail system. So you can just keep adding money here, guys. Options.